The best healthcare is there in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it. We may not see it, but we feel it. It lets us know we're not in this alone. Everyone deserves a healthcare partner who never quits. One who's there for what matters. United Healthcare. There for what matters.
Want your boss to put some real action behind the rhetoric when they talk about making your workplace more inclusive? Find out how to hold their feet to the fire and demand diversity on the Diversity Dude podcast.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Diversity Dude podcast. I'm your host, Lambert Fisher, marriage and family therapist, award-winning author, and national speaker on the topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. And for those of you who are interested in even more positive and encouraging tips and strategies beyond what I share in podcasts like this, then feel free to check out my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, nationally recognized for the unique way in which it addresses the often difficult topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. Designed for more than just therapists, if you are a helping professional in any way, Diversity in Clinical Practice can help you meet the greatest variety of cultural needs possible for those whom you serve. And it's available in paper and audiobook versions for your convenience. And whether it be through my one-on-one relationship building efforts as a therapist or my informing or empowering efforts as an author speaker, know that my personal mission is to do my part to improve the world one strengthened relationship at a time. So today, I want to talk to you about a few encouraging words about how there is no normal. One of the reasons why I enjoy providing multicultural awareness and diversity trainings to small organizations and large organizations around the country is because I get to come alongside of their existing or sometimes non-existent diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts and help them focus less on the punitive policies and procedures and instead focus more on the people behind the policies. For it is when we help strengthen cross-cultural relationships in the workplace, when we realize that we often won't need more or harsher consequences for inappropriate behavior, as those are often in abundance, if there is a workplace culture of cross-cultural respect and appreciation that motivates everyone in the organization to do everything reasonable to strengthen and repair relationships, rather than casually disregard their coworkers' needs and desires. I bring this up because in my efforts to help people reduce the negative impact they're having on others who may be similar or different from them in a few or in many ways, people often find themselves offended by something someone else has said or done. Often, this is where ists and isms get inserted into people's defense of themselves and their offensive protective efforts against others, because in some way, a message was conveyed that someone believed themselves to be better than someone else based on factors such as race, as in racism, or sex or sexist or sexism, and any other factors such as sexual orientation, gender, faith beliefs, political views, and many more. Now, without falling into the trap of analyzing the similarities and differences between the various sides of any argument regarding similarities and differences, what I want to highlight here is that while many people genuinely believe themselves to be better than others based on one or more of these factors, creating an environment where one would have a legitimate reason to protect themselves from the implications of someone else's better than thinking and potential influence they may have to do something about it. There are also times when something can be said or done that sounds like better than or less than thinking, that may be just a poorly communicated belief in normalcy. What do I mean? Well, whether I'm in a therapeutic environment or a training environment, I'm often intrigued when I hear someone express genuine confusion at the negative reactions they receive from others after they try to help others improve their lives. Interestingly enough, by improve their lives, they often mean helping them transition from their weird and abnormal ways, which seem to the viewer to be bringing too much trouble on themselves and instead learn to do things the normal way. To them, the reason why life is difficult is because the other person is wasting their time trying to create a new way of living when there's a perfectly normal way to do it that has shown itself to be successful, and thus there's no reason to do anything else. However, what this person doesn't realize is that there is no normal. As in, there's no absolute way that works for everyone all the time. And what they think is normal is most often what is most often used in their environment, and thus that which they are most familiar. This doesn't make it right as a right way, or other ways are the wrong ways. It doesn't make it the best way, and thus other ways are less than best. At best, it can be right for that person and many others like them, but not for everyone. It can be best for that person and many others, but not best for everyone. Realizing that what we consider normal is less of an absolute normal and more of a my normal, that which has worked for me, that which I am most familiar, or that which I have seen most often and which most familiar. That can have a significant impact on how we see and interact with others, and consequently how they see us. This comes to life for me during a multicultural awareness training recently when seasoned professionals in various fields expressed their confusion at the negative accusations of offense that come toward them for being racist or sexist or any other kind of is or ism, expressing, I was just trying to help. Why can't they just do things the normal way and save themselves a lot of trouble? Now, while many hear statements like this and instantly feel offense from every other word in that sentence, it's often because it has potential to suggest that there's something wrong with them, their ways, and their ways being abnormal. However, with further exploration, I can often get past the initial statements and results of confusion and learn that this person hasn't actually evaluated multiple perspectives and ways of doing things and concluded that this other way is inferior and their way is superior. Rather, this person had only ever known that there was one way, having never previously been exposed to alternate ways of living and being, such that their view of their way as the best way was primarily motivated by a belief that it was the only way. The challenge for this person then is not to confront their negative and insulting, culturally superior beliefs. Instead, for this particular person, their challenge is to expand their awareness of the many ways in which people live, essentially learning about what is normal to other people and learning to appreciate the similarities and differences between them. There is no normal way because there is no perfect way of living for everyone. Every way has its strengths and growth areas in different families, in different communities, in different environments around the world. However, in our effort to interact positively with others, we would do best to not only remember that our way is just our way, our normal, and that there are many other ways of living that are normal for others. And that's okay. Our job isn't to tell others what should or shouldn't be normal for them. Even if what would be normal for them is abnormal in our environment, it doesn't matter because if it's working in their environments, then that's what can be normal and healthy for them. Whenever possible, learn from what you see. My hope for you is that you will learn to keep your perspectives in check, learning what you consider normal and appreciating what others consider normal as well. The more we can convey our genuine desire to learn about others' normal, instead of identifying who is abnormal in comparison to us, the more we will be able to learn about ourselves and others. The stronger our cross-cultural interactions will be, and the better our communications in our communities will be as a whole that we can create moving forward. And with that, I'll say thanks again for listening in to today's Diversity Dude podcast. If you have any pressing diversity-related questions that you'd like me to address on an upcoming podcast, or if your organization is in need of a free or empowering guest speaker or training on this often sensitive topic, then feel free to reach out to me directly at www.diversitymadesimple.com. And if you know anyone else who can benefit from a positive and encouraging perspective on this often difficult topic of multicultural awareness and diversity, then feel free to send them a link to this podcast so they can be encouraged as well. Or share with them my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, available at Amazon.com. And as usual, I look forward to addressing as many topics as possible in future podcasts to help you improve as many relationships as possible at work, at home, and in your community. And as always, remember this: you don't need to know everything about everyone in order to have a positive impact on someone. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day.
Tune in each week and find out how to demand and implement diversity at your job. To hear more, check out previous Diversity Dude shows on ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Hi, I'm Shaletta Brundage. You know what my family and I are doing for MEA weekend? Child, we are going on vacation. And I mean a real vacation. We will not be crisscrossing the state or the country taking my son Andrew to tour college campuses. We found the right fit for him right here in the Twin Cities. It's Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas. This 2-year college will put him on a path to his 4-year degree. With small class sizes, he'll build personal relationships. And I like the free laptops and books. At Doherty Family College, he even gets free bus fare and free breakfast and lunch. This means he won't have to take on debt to get his education. And just think, my son, a Tommy, and me, a Tommy mommy. So for MEA weekend, save yourself some time and travel. Do what we did. Go to dfc.stthomas.edu and set up your own tour at Doherty Family College.
It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
Would someone you love be at high risk if they got COVID-19? Then be sure to take some steps to keep them safe before you visit. Ask your healthcare provider if you should wear a mask before spending indoor social time with a loved one who's older, has chronic health conditions, or is immunocompromised. And consider self-testing to detect infection before you visit. Even people who are showing no symptoms can have COVID-19 and can unknowingly pass it to others. Do your part to keep your loved ones safe, because for some people, COVID-19 is still a true danger.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.